One of the first things I learned from sports was commitment. Now, I had those parents that were like, when you do a sport, you're committed to it. We planned, family vacations and events and things around not just games, but practices. Yeah, I'm talking about practice. Not a game, mind you, practice. And it wasn't just about committing to the time that it took for practice and games and moving your schedule around it, but being committed to that sport for the entire season. I know a lot of people who they don't want to pressure their kids maybe into sports. If they don't like it, they can stop playing. But my parents said, no, you signed up for it. You're playing the sport at least through this year. After this season was over, then we would talk about it. We would decide whether or not we wanted to come back. But there was no way that I was quitting mid-season because I wasn't getting enough playing time, or because the coach didn't like me, or even if I just didn't enjoy the sport as much as I thought I was going to. We were committed to it. And that's what my parents taught me, and that's what sports taught me, was being committed to this season. Now, it's easy in sports because you know when the season's going to end, right? But in life, seasons are a little bit trickier, right? You've probably all heard some inspirational speech about changing seasons and spring bringing new life. We have an idea of when the season's going to end and spring's going to come, but in Minnesota, we don't really know. So you've heard, talk about seasons in life. And that's the way, without sounding too cheesy or stupid, that's kind of the way I'm looking at my life now, is in seasons. I've told people this. I don't really make time commitments anymore beyond seasons. How long are you going to be back in Minnesota? I don't know. For this season, I know for this season right now, this is where we're supposed to be. This season could last 10 days, could last 10 years, could last the rest of my life. I don't know, but I know for this season right now, we're supposed to be in Minnesota. I'm supposed to be in this house. I'm supposed to be working at that job. Right now for this season, that's all I can tell you. I am working on, and God is telling me I have to be committed to this season that I'm in right now. So I can't spend all day wishing I was back in San Diego, because this is the season that I'm in, and I need to be committed to this season. So I want to encourage you to commit to the season you're in. And I'm not saying you can't dream big and have plans for the future, but I'm saying don't get so focused on what could be that you lose sight of the season you're in. And certainly don't give up on this season right now, even if it's hard, because I don't believe God ever calls us to quit. And maybe this is the whole point of what I'm saying. And if you write down this sentence, if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this: I don't believe God calls us to quit. I believe God calls us to make the most of the season we're in right now. And then he'll move us on to something better. He'll move us on to something else. He has another season for us. If this season is hard, don't quit. Don't give up in this season. Stay committed to this season. Make the most out of this season while you have this season. Whether it's school, whether it's relationships, maybe it's a job. Specifically when talking about a job, I don't believe God calls us to quit, and then just because it got hard and you quit and then do nothing and then try to find out what's next. Now this is different than being called to something else, right? If you there's something that God's put on your heart, a business opportunity, a new ministry venture, whatever this looks like, God might call you onto something like that, and He might even say you need to leave your job to pursue this new thing. Then if God's telling you to do it, then step out in faith. But I don't believe that He calls us to just quit. That's my takeaway. That's what I want you to get from this video. God doesn't call us to quit. There's seasons in our life, seasons change, but be committed to the season you're in right now. Don't give up, stay committed. God has a purpose for you in this season. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, can you do 3 things for me? Can you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tell your friends?